Top 104.1, The Source, the new home of Southern Soul, Blues, and R&B, right here in Memphis, Tennessee. I want to welcome everybody out to the Tate Jones Show. Oh, we got a good show for you today, like always. We got DJ Ken. And if you don't know who Ken is, you will before this show is over with. Power 104.1, Memphis's #1 Southern Soul and R&B station. You better ask somebody about us over here, because we going down in Memphis and the Mid-South and all over the world. So stay tuned to the Tate Jones Show, and we'll be right back after these messages with DJ Ken. Top 104.1, The Source, the new home of Southern Soul and Blues and R&B right here in Memphis, Tennessee. I am Tate Jones, and I'm your host of the hour. And I want to welcome everybody out to such a wonderful show. And at Power 104, like always, we like to highlight not only the national artists, not only the national DJs, but the local artists as well. So would everybody please give a hand for DJ Ken. How you doing, DJ Ken?
Good. Tate Jones on the microphone. Glad to be here, man.
But I'm glad to have you here in the Power Studios. You know, DJ Ken is already a member of the Power 104.1 family. You can hear his show every Saturday from 1 to 2. We call the show Play It or Slay It, and he's going to play for you the newest and the hottest Southern Soul R&B songs out there. And it's up to the audience to tell us, hey, should we continue to play that song or should we slay it? DJ Ken, go ahead and tell everybody a little bit something about yourself.
I'm DJ Ken, born and raised right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Just been doing music most of all my life since I was a kid. Just sitting out on the porch with my granddad and just started loving the blues and old school music, and it just never left my bones. That's what I love to do.
Oh, yeah, you know, my background comes a little bit from that, you know, being from down in Jackson, Tennessee. You know, Denise LaSalle that lived down there, so, you know, I definitely was raised around the blues. I know all about the blues. And her husband, the late great Super Wolf, James E. Wolf, he used to have those blues shows down there in Jackson, as well as he had Kicks 96. I think he was the first African-American to open a radio station down in the area. So I got a little background in blues too.
Oh yeah. I already know. That's what this station stands for. You own it.
Oh yeah. Now I know I came across you. I think somebody referred me to you a few years back to DJ an event for me. So how long have you actually been out here DJing?
I've been DJing altogether probably about 15 years.
15 years?
But like I say, music. Before I started DJing, I used to sell a lot of CDs to DJs.
Oh, really?
That was looking for the music, and I was downloading music out, and I was selling CDs, $5, $10, $15, just, So and then I got into the game. I had a DJ out of Como, Mississippi by the name of DJ Godfather.
Okay.
And that was my DJ that I would hire to do all of my parties, backyard parties, whatever. Mm-hmm. So he talked to him one day, and he was just like, you know what, I think you'll be a good DJ. I told him, I said, man, I don't know Godfather. I like the way you do it because I like the way you talk and all that. He said, you don't really have to do a lot of talking to DJ. Right. You just introduce the song. You might say something during the song, and then as you're going out of the song, introduce the next one and keep rolling. So I tried it. He helped me out, and that's where it jumped off it.
So the rest is history, huh?
That's it.
Now, I want to say the same DJ Godfather. I hadn't met him personally, but I went to El Dorado, Arkansas, Mr. Mike Productions, and I think it was a guy named DJ Godfather down there.
Yeah, he out of Dallas. That's the Godfather.
That's him. Well, that's him. Okay.
No, the one that I come up under is out of Como, Mississippi.
Oh, okay. So it's a different one.
Yeah, different one. Yeah.
I know there's a lot of y'all DJs out here. I know some of them have the same name.
Yeah.
But they just be from different areas.
It may not be that many Kings though.
It ain't that many Kings.
It might be a King, but it may not be that many Kings. My granddaughter gave me my DJ name.
Really?
She was like maybe 2 coming 3.
And she said, What you call it? What, Paw Ken or what?
Ken.
Ken.
And there's I said, you know what? That's my DJ name, so we're gonna roll with it like that.
That sounds about like how Tate Jones got born.
Because before she was born, I didn't have a DJ name really.
Okay.
I was DJing, but and I was just, and at the time I was trying to think of a name.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand that, because I think I was driving down the street and I saw some Mississippi license plates and it said Tate County. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with Tate Jones. Matter of fact, Tate Jones on the microphone. Say it with me, that Tate Jones
on the microphone.
Yes, sir. And I've been sticking with it from here and there. Hey, I'm rolling. I'm rolling with it. I am definitely rolling with Tate Jones on the microphone. I like it. It's something catchy and people can gravitate toward it, because one thing, I know for a fact, being a DJ, you have to get people engaged.
That's right.
You got to get people engaged because they want to participate.
That's right.
I read a post today, matter of fact, the King of Trail Riding Blues made this statement and said, hey, we need to get these DJs their props. You need to pay these DJs because these DJs control the party.
I saw that.
They control the crowd. And I had to put my 2 cents in there because I was like, I totally agree, because I have a background in the nightlife doing photography. And I used to tell people all the time, hey, that DJ is going to make or break that party. If they come spend money with me taking pictures, or if they go to the bar, or if they go to the kitchen, they're only going to do that if they're having a good time.
That's right.
And if they're not having a good time, they're not going to spend no money.
That's right.
So that DJ has a whole lot of power. And that's one of the reasons I definitely wanted to get you in here today, because actually you were my first DJ interview. Most everybody else has been artists and other people around the city, but I said, you know what, I need to get DJ Ken in here, because I need to get the perspective from a DJ, especially a DJ that's known and actually is familiar with a lot of Southern soul music. Because I don't know if you remember, but one day I contacted you, I was watching a Tubi reality show. And it was like, I think the name was I Love Southern Soul, or something to that magnitude. And the lady said, DJ Ken in Tennessee. And I was like, Tennessee? I know we're in Memphis, but maybe she didn't realize it was Memphis, or maybe she couldn't say Memphis. But she said, DJ Ken out of Tennessee. I'm like, oh, wow, this guy really is known out here. What do you think a lot of your notoriety, because you said you're from the area, you sold CDs at the back of your car. So how'd you get such a wide notoriety in this Southern Soul old school, not old school, I would say grown folks?
I think it came from pretty much my son, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
He was born with a rare disease he had a Wilms tumor when he was born, and it took his left kidney, took his iris, which made him legally blind. So I just, I had to figure out what was his niche, what did he want to do, and then I said, man, this little dude love this music like I do. Mm-hmm. So then he was too young to go with me in the club and stuff like that. So then he started following Mr. Sam. So he always wanted to meet Mr. Sam. So he finally got to meet Mr. Sam after he got older, and I was already DJing. So then he was like, that his name came Hype Man DJ KJ, because I was just listening to him playing music, and he was just like doing all this talking and, little smack talking and stuff like that. So I was going to actually get a hype man, and then I said, I got a hype man right here in my house. So then we just started this father and son tag team of Southern Soul, and it went from networking, really from the way I got really known in the Southern Soul genre is really through Mr. Sam. Mr. Sam, we met, I was going to see Mr. Sam shows. Mr. Sam, I didn't know that Mr. Sam and O.B. Buchanan was such close friends. So then I met O.B. Then I started traveling a little bit with them and then started going on the road with O.B. and going to a lot of shows and start to network with different artists. And he'll introduce me to, different, some of the, I'm gonna say some of the top tier artists like the Tuckers and Libratos and ALJ and all them. And so, and then I just we just bonded like that. And then I was getting, and it just went on and on. I just started networking, then I started doing a lot of that, just footwork. You gotta work.
Definitely gotta put that work in.
You gotta put the work in. It ain't gonna fall in your lap. I'm still up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, because a lot of times an artist will drop new music overnight, and they'll put it on YouTube. And a lot of times I don't want it from YouTube, I want it from them. So I reach out to them. And so, and I try to like school other DJs who trying to come in the game. Like, you don't always gotta ask another DJ for music. You gotta do your own footwork. You gotta do some homework too. Everybody not just gonna say, okay, like you hit this DJ up, man, send me that song. You get a lot of that.
Right.
I really don't do that. Most of the artists in Southern Soul is on Facebook.
That's true.
So, hey, I hit that inbox. Man, drop that off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a lady, hey, I like that song, send it to me. If I ask for it, I want it. I don't really drop my email on when an artist posts, like DJs drop your email. And I ain't trying to be, I just don't want to put my email out there like that. For just for any and everybody just to have my email and just start sending me a bunch of music that I may not like.
Well, I can definitely attest to that. Even before I got into the radio business, my background also as a promoter, Southern Soul promoter, comedy promoter, gospel promoter. But I was getting a lot of music. People say, "Hey, you need anybody to open up for you? You need anybody to open up for your show?"
Right.
Then when we got the radio station, June of last year, man. I know what I just identify what you mean, because I get a lot of music too. And let's just speak on that just for a little bit, because every artist out there really feels that their music is good.
They do.
I mean, everyone feels that their music is good. And I understand they put their hard work and their tears into making it, but just because you made it doesn't make it good.
That's right. And sometimes you have to keep it real with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I look at it like this. If an artist posts a song, most artists post their music on Facebook. You can look, it's just like a promoter doing a show. If he posts a show on Facebook and you go back 3 days later and look at that show and it ain't got that many hits on it, then more than likely people are not really, they're not really feeling that show.
Right.
You're not going to get, but if you look at that show and you see it's been shared 25, 30 times, and you see all the comments, oh, I'm going. People come, like, where do I find tickets? They want to inquire about it. Well, it's the same way when it's, to me, like a song. If an artist posts a song, they pretty much, the fans and DJs going to be reaching for that song.
That's right. That's true.
They're going to reach for it. But if you go back a day or two later and one person on there that loved it, and that might be your brother or sister, your cousin, or you see what I'm saying? So a lot of times you can go. A lot of times I look at that. If I see a song that I haven't heard before, an artist posted, and I said, man, this must be a good song. Like, this thing been, man, 25 people to share this thing. Let me hunt this song down and listen to it for myself.
I mean, and you see that many shares, you definitely want to check it out.
You got to check it out, man.
Some on that same page, I have seen people or creators, personalities. And the other day I looked, and this lady, she had 90,000 followers.
Right.
So I just scrolled down her page and just looked at her post. And I was thinking to myself, how can you have 90,000 followers? And the most I seen for his likes was 25.
It don't add up.
It don't add up. It don't add up at all. That's why, even being a promoter, when you look at people that have that many followers, but when you see they posting, they don't get a big response. That really kind of make you think, are they real followers, or did they purchase the followers?
Yeah, hey, like this right here. Like, a lot of artists try to get booked from that. Like, hey, you're a promoter, and they say, I got 100, 200,000 followers. Well, that ain't, what did that mean? But when I looked at your show last week, it was 30 people there.
Right.
It's like a DJ. It's DJing the same way. Just a lot of people know me. They know that I DJ. And I'm not here I'm not going to be one to shout. I have did parties where there ain't been 10, 15 people in there. But I still DJ like it's 300 or 400. And then I've did shows I do blues shows out in Bahia. I've done blues shows at the VIP where we have nice crowds. Mm-hmm. So I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to show my camera if it's if you want to show when it's good, then show what's really going on.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm still on. I got.
Okay.
We good. We good. Yeah.
All right. Hold up. I'm gonna edit that. Can I say? Can't get that. That's it. That card is full. All right, yeah, that made a whole lot of sense right there. Now, let me ask you this question. I know you said you've been DJing a long time. If you could, not Southern Soul, but let's say older, the original blues guys, do you have like a Mount Rushmore, your top 5?
My top 5
Blues,
My top 5 would definitely be, and people say Johnny Taylor and Tyrone Davis. They put them in blues, but actually they were R&B. I don't know how many people know that, but it would be Johnny Taylor, Tyrone Davis, Lil Milton, Bobby Bland, and that's not in order, and
right.
B.B. King.
I love all them guys too.
Yeah.
A lot of them guys used to come down to Jackson when Superwolf would throw those shows, so I got a chance. I was in photography back then, so I got a chance to actually meet a lot of them and greet with a lot of them. And my father, he had a limousine service, so he was actually bringing them back and forth.
And the host of my show, and not to cut you off, the host of my show would be Bobby Rush.
Bobby Rush.
Yeah, can't leave Bobby Rush. Can't leave Bobby
Can't leave Bobby Rush out. I had him in Jackson New Year's Eve last year, and he said, "Hey, Tate Jones, make sure you keep blues alive." So I feel like something put on my shoulder. And he said, "I know you got this new radio station going, so make sure that you keep blues alive." So I'm definitely going to try to do that. Now, tell me one of the songs that you like right now, current artists.
Man, one of my artists, one of the favorite artists I like now, and the guy that I've been trying to push is a guy by the name on Facebook. He's Xavier Ghostin.
Okay.
But his stage name was Ghostin. He got a song called Vintage Love, but he got another one coming out soon, probably gonna top that one.
Okay.
So that's he's one of.
But tell you what, let's go ahead and get into that Vintage Love right now. Let the listening audience, and then we might even get a chance to talk to him for a minute.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get into it now. Yeah, and that was Ghost Vintage Love. Ghost Vintage Love. Man, I like that. That was a good sound right there. He had a good voice as well. But we get ready to go pay some of these bills, and we'll be back right after these messages. You can go ahead and tell him to call. Ghost. Ghost, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Ghost on the line. Everybody in the Power 104 family, y'all go ahead and show him some love. Welcome in. Ghost, this is Tate Jones on your microphone, and we got DJ Ken at my side gig right now, and we just played your song, Vintage Love. Can you tell us a little bit about the song and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Vintage Love, just drawing back on things from the past. Like I say, a play on my name, it's part of my last name, but I'm going to bring it back that old school sound, and that feeling of love, and that good old soul.
Okay. That sounds good. Now, can tell us how you came across Ghost? Tell us about that.
I think he have family here in Memphis. I think I want to say Tracy. Is it Tracy Ghost?
Yeah, it's Tracy.
Yeah, he got a DJ. I think he's family. And Tracy hit me up in my inbox one day and said, "Man, look, check out my people, man." He go by the name of Ghostin. And I said, "Okay." I said, "What?" He sent me a couple of YouTube clips on him. I said, "Whoa." I said, "This is what I'm talking about right here, because I'm into them artists that can just flat foot stand up there and sing." So now and I listened to some of his music, and I started putting him on. We be Facebook Live, and everybody know they gonna hear some Ghost, and pretty much if I'm live, if they don't hear it every time, they gonna hear it. They gonna hear him a lot.
That's right.
Cause I play all of his music. He just doesn't have just that one song. That's just one that I really I can't even say that's one I like the most. Just a good one. Okay. I put it that way, because he got Come Here Sexy Lady, and like I said, that new one that he about to drop.
All right.
That's probably gonna top Vintage Love, but hey, just like him and Jay Lake and a lot of artists, man, they make good music, and that's what I'm about. I like to listen to good artists with good sound, good music.
All right, Ghost, tell us how long you been in the music game?
Oh man, I've been singing since the age of 5. Man, I started off, of course, like everybody else. I started off in church.
In church, amen.
She was in church every time the door was open. So I started at 5, singing then, and then as I got older, I was singing in some quartet groups, and then faith, and ended up singing background for Michael McDonald.
Oh wow.
College.
Oh wow. I'm a big fan of him. That's why I had to say it "oh wow" twice. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna do that. Oh, yeah.
So I did that for a stint, and then of course in corporate America, then got back on the scene, on my own, really just getting out there. Started about would have been 2020, so 5 years ago.
Okay.
So
Now,
really just hitting it.
Where are you based out of?
I am based out of St. Louis now. Originally, I'm from Carrollton, Mississippi, North Carrollton.
North Carolina.
Right outside of Greenville.
Hey, you ever heard of a club called Jazzy 159 up there in Fairview Heights, East St. Louis?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Bond and gosh, I forget the other guy.
Shout out to Anthony. Yeah.
I did some shows there too.
Oh yeah, that's my frat brother, Anthony. You know, I done did a couple of shows up there at Jazz at Wood 59. Plan to do some more shows up there. You know, we got some stuff in the works right now. But yeah, that's a nice little spot. You know, cozy little spot. You can go, you know, and bring an artist in, and you sit back and enjoy yourself. And the way they get that place laid out is really nice. It really is.
Real nice. Yeah.
Well, we definitely wanted to get you on here, man. You know, not take too much of your time, and probably be able to talk to you at another time with a little bit more time. But I brought Ken on the show, and I just say, man, who is somebody that you like? Since you're a DJ, but who you like? And you was one of those people he mentioned. I said, well, let's see if we can get him on the line and just introduce to some and present to others. You know, ghosting. You know, vintage love. But before we go off the line real quick, just go ahead and get everybody your handles where they could follow you at.
Yes, sir. So you all can follow me. Instagram, GQ Ghosting. Facebook is Ghost Ghosting. So just GHOSTON. So Ghost Ghosting. And then that's Ghost Ghosting at TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. And then my website is ghosttonemusic.com.
Okay, well, we got all the information now. Stay tuned. Ghosted. I like that vintage love, so we're going to get you in rotation here. And I'm going to check out some of the other songs that Ken been telling me about. And so we're going to see what we can get going around here. Because
all right, I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. Because one thing at Power 104, you know, not only the national artists, we like, you know, lifting up the local artists, independent artists as well, you know. Because we know we're all trying to make it out here.
All right.
All right, well, we appreciate your time. We'll definitely be back in touch with you. Everybody, that's Ghosting. Go check him out. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Ken, that was a good one. That was a real good one there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I think you mentioned another guy. You know, who's the other guy you said is one of your favorites?
Man, Soul Link, Jay Lake, man.
Soul Link, that's my guy. We had him on here the other week.
See, I have my artist broke down. I got
Tell us about that.
I got my I got my, what I call my soul blues artists.
Okay.
Which is like OB and Karen Wolf and Mr. Sam and LJ. I don't even put LJ in my Southern Soul cat in my group. Like that's in my soul. You know, that's Miss Jody. I put them in that soul blues. They sound is different.
I agree.
Now, when we talking about Southern soul, then that's when I get to my Jay Lakes, Ghost Ghostin', J1. Yeah. I got them broke down the way, and they broke down like that in my crates.
Okay. Well, tell me one of your favorites, Jay Lake.
Jay Lake, Part-Time Love.
You know what? Let's go ahead and get into that right now, because that's one of my favorites too. Everybody here is Jay Lake, Part-Time Lover.
I got to tell you how it is. Listen. I know you got a man at the crib, but I like it when you show me what it is. Calling my phone, telling me you on the way. Because I know that you can't stay. Got the kind of love you can't let go. Got me begging for you, girl, and I want some more. You're my part-time lover, and I know it, girl. I gotta let you know you rock my world. Your love is so good and messy. I just can't let it go, no. Every time we get done, baby, you walk out the door, put it on the plate. Have you all the time, baby. But you can be my part-time lover. Oh, I know we can't have you all the time, baby. Oh, baby, but you can be my part-time lover. Oh yeah, oh yeah. When you leave, I just sit there, watch the door, hoping you will come back to give me more. Then I realize I'm just all the time. I can't have you when I want you, and that's all
that was Jay Lake, Part-Time Lover. We about to get out of here and take care of a few more bills, and we'll be back for this final segment. And we are back. Now, King, we about to wrap it up. And now, I noticed, I follow you on Facebook too. And I know you make a lot of posts, and some of the posts can be controversial. Some of them could be comic relief, and some of it is just straight up being real. Tell us a little bit about that. What inspired you to make the type of posts that you make right now? Because, and also, I will say this: when you make those posts, I look at who's liking it, and you have a lot of artists. I'm not just talking about local artists. You got a lot of national artists that follow you and respond to the things you say.
Well, you know why they do that?
What's that?
It's because they can't speak on what I can speak on. Because they in the game. And they don't want to be, they kind of want, they be like, whoo, I'm glad he said it. I've been wanting to say it, but I can't say it. I don't want to mess myself up. I ain't worried about getting messed up. Like I said, I'm just a DJ. And like I said, and I like to shout out to, I can't leave him off because I get in trouble. Mr. A.
Mr. A.
He was the first promoter that gave me a chance to DJ.
Shout out to Mr. A over there.
And I've been DJing for him ever since. So shout out to Mr. A and Craig Smacks Harris. Got to give it up for Craig. Like, just people that I just want to give a special shout out to. And like I said, those posts, it'd be so much. I look at a lot of stuff on it, like everybody looking at stuff on Facebook. Most of the time it's some kind of like some drama or something like that. So I just, tell a joke, it may make somebody's day. It may make somebody laugh sometime. You don't have to be serious all the time or whatever, so that'd be part of the post. And some of them just come from bored. I just be sitting around bored, and I just might make a post, just a crazy post, that whatever come to my head, I post it. So that's what it is. But most of the time, I try to keep it about music, because I love music, and I'm always following music. And if I see something that, like I said, like you said earlier in the show, everybody think they got a good song, or everybody think they can sing, and what makes them get misled a lot of times they have people in their ear telling them that song sound good when it don't. And they'll put that fire, man, I know you've seen it, somebody posts a song and somebody start putting fire, and they look, and that's fire, and that, stop lying to the artist. And I ain't gonna lie to them. I'm gonna keep it 100 with them. I'm gonna keep it, and even for the ones that's been in it, they're like, hey, how you like this song? Man, I don't like that.
Yeah, and I had to tell them that too, because, being on the radio, there are what they call radio promoters. And basically the job of the radio promoters are to shop songs around to radio stations so they can put them in regular rotation. So I know with the Southern Soul side, most of the independent artists, they're sending stuff in themselves, but on I guess when they, with a record label or what have you, you got different companies that represent those record labels, and they call radio promoters. And they'll send songs in, and they send them in a lot, and sometimes I talk to them when I have time, and sometimes I don't, but I tell them, I say, I really wasn't feeling that song. I don't think that's a good mix for the station, but then they have songs that, I never heard of the artist, and the song be nice, real nice, and I go ahead and put them on. That's for sure. I mean, but before we get out of here, also, I want to talk about April the 27th. April the 27th. Both of us are involved in that event that's going on April the 27th. We got Southern Soul Rising Stars right here in Memphis, Tennessee. It's going to be at the Minglewood Hall here in Midtown in Memphis. Headlining that show is Marcellus the Singer. We got Cecily Wilburn. You got the PC Band. You got Fat Daddy, Country Girl. I like that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got the guy that is breaking all boundaries with Southern Soul and down there all genres of music. We talking about 803 Fresh, boots on the ground. And DJ Ken will be on the wheels still. And yours truly, Tate Jones on the microphone, will be hosting that thing along with Jeremy Pierre. So, man, when I first got in touch with the promoter, he was asking me, said, who could we get to DJ this thing? Who could we get to DJ? I said, I already got the DJ for you, bro. We got DJ Kid around here. and because I think he's out of Houston, if I'm not mistaken, and man, he got a whole lineup of dates that he's working with, and I was really excited about him bringing this show here to Memphis, and then going exclusively with Power 104.1, the Source, as his advertising agency. You know, there's a lot of other bigger companies, you know, around town, but he said, you know, I want to stay with you guys because you're the #1 Southern Soul station in Memphis, Tennessee. I said, well, I'm glad you recognize that. So we're going to make sure we help get that thing sold out. And Power 104.1 is the only place that you can actually win your ticket for that show. But for the others, y'all go to Ticketmaster.com right now, Ticketmaster.com, and pick up those tickets. Anything you want to say about the show, Ken?
Man, it's gonna be a great show. And like I said, I'm one of the DJs. I don't know how many DJs. Some DJs may get in their feelings about their name not being on a flyer or anything like that. My name ain't nowhere on that flyer. I don't care. The people know the DJ when they get there.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
Hey, we gonna have a ball that night, man. That's a good show. Marcel the singer, I've been on a couple of shows with him before. Fat Daddy, me and Fat Daddy go back, you know, from when he first came into it, you know, got into it and everything before he got with Hit Nations, Tucker and all that. It was just gonna be a good show, man. Everybody on the show, all of them are great performers. I've been around them, I've seen them perform, and it's gonna be a good show.
It's definitely gonna be that. So before we get off here, Ken, go ahead and tell everyone how they can reach you, be in touch with you, or follow you.
They can, new artists, send your email to kmarshalljr49@gmail.com. Also at Loving Angel, LOVINANGEL, Loving Angel. Let me make sure I get that right. I had to write that down before getting that email. Let me make sure I got it. Loving Angel Fire, LOVINGANGELFIRE, Loving Angel Fire @gmail.com. That's for new artists only. I'm pretty much, I just say the veterans, they already know, they already have my email. But those are the emails that the new artists send their emails to, because I have ears on their music before I get it.
You got ears on it, huh?
I got ears on it.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for the Tate Jones Show today. DJ Ken, we really appreciate you coming out. You know, you part of the family, so you know you welcome at any time. So y'all tell a friend to tell another friend that Tate Jones Show every Sunday right here at 3 o'clock on Power 104.1. This is Tate Jones on the microphone. Say it with me now. Tate Jones on the microphone. And we're out.